Hello, everybody. Should be able to hear me. Ryan, give a mic check for us as well.
Mic check, mic check. Good evening,
Sweet.
everybody.
There we go. Welcome in, everyone. This is our second winter weather briefing here for this system, or I guess you could say two bouts of snow coming in for this weekend. I am Chief Meteorologist Joel Fritzma, alongside President of Operations Ryan down below me there, and we are the Michigan Storm Chasers. So for those who have not been in the loop, again, we have a clipper that is moving into the region tonight. And then as that clipper moves through tomorrow, it'll bring some north winds on the backside of it, which will cause lake effect snow to ramp up for primarily the lakeshore areas. So again, here is your current satellite. It is your infrared satellite, of course. At night, obviously, you cannot see the cloud tops. So we have what's called infrared. All those greens you see right now are the cold cloud tops up there in the upper levels of the atmosphere where the clouds are about minus 50 degrees Celsius, pretty cold. A lot of cold air rushing in tonight. And again, could be a sign of some rain to start, switching over to a little bit of a slush, a grauple, and then eventually some snow by the time we come around to tomorrow morning. Of course, with this event being the first big snowfall, I wouldn't say too big, of course, in quotation marks, we do have to look at some of our soil temperatures around the state. And I do bear with us here. Some of this information is quite small. Wow, I'm rotating it sideways. Didn't realize I could do that. We got temperatures at the surface, or 2 inches into the surface, into the ground, of into the mid 40s up towards 50 degrees, especially in southwest Michigan. Now, as we look over here towards the east side of the state, those temperatures drop a little bit down into the low 40s. There's a couple hot spots out there still, of course. And up into the thumb, there's actually some locations that are pretty close to 40 and close down into the actual high 30s. So these soil temperatures are starting to cool off. You got some temperatures up there in the high 30s as well, up near Grayling, Gaylord, Cadillac, and of course up here towards Alpena as well, 39 degrees up there, very close to Hawks and Rogers City, Michigan. So overall, these soil temperatures are fairly low, but they're still higher than we would want to see for significant snow to develop. With that being said, in Iowa today, with temperatures over there similar at the ground level, they were picking up snow, primarily, of course, on the grassy surfaces and the places that weren't pavement. But one thing to remember as we get into the overnight hours tonight is those temperatures are going to drop down. We'll go ahead and check that out right now. As you can see, the projected temperatures this evening, or as of right now, are in the low 40s. As we get towards midnight here, midnight's going to be this frame, as you can see on the screen. 34, 33, 32 degrees all across that southern Michigan region from US 10 down towards I-96, I-94, and down to the state line. A couple hot spots hanging around Lake Erie. And then as we move into the early morning hours, this is 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and look at your temperatures across the state. Obviously up there in the UP, nothing to worry about for rain changing over to snow, as it's going to be all snow. But down here in the lower peninsula, as we start off the night with the system coming through, it'll be rain. And then those temperatures at the surface will dip down below 32 degrees. And with that happening, we do have to watch out for the formation of a black ice. We just posted this on our page a short while ago as a little bit of a bulletin that you guys can share with your friends and family. And that is definitely a possibility, as we likely start as rain here early on this Saturday evening. Now, as we get throughout Sunday, we do see a little bit of a rebound. The clipper will move out. This is going to be around noon on Sunday. Temperatures back up into the mid to upper 30s across lower Michigan. And so that ice that did form overnight will melt again. However, it's kind of a rubber band situation here as we get back into the overnight period on Sunday night into Monday. Check out these temperatures dipping right back down again, and very quickly and very powerfully as these temperatures go down into the low 20s for surface temperatures. And that's not even including the feels like temperatures out there, which will be down in the teens and as low as perhaps 9 or 8 degrees in some inland locations. So overall, the main hazard to watch out besides the snow will be black ice for the next 2 mornings here in Michigan as precipitation moves through, freezes, thaws, and freezes again. Speaking of snow, we'll now jump over to the snow section for those who are curious. We will start out with our handy dandy WPC probabilistic map, which is a little small. Let's see if I can increase the size a little bit here. There we go. This is your probabilities of, yes, 8 inches of snow between now and Wednesday morning. As you can see, there's a couple of bullseyes out there that are primarily focused in on some of our significant lake effect zones, including, of course, central UP, over towards Ironwood in the western UP, and then with a north wind primarily being the factor this weekend, there'll be one area of convergence on Lake Michigan where this lake effect band will kind of just stay over the center of the lake. And so you can see the odds are maximized either right along the lake shore or over the lake entirely. And of course, as those winds go from north to south, these winds will carry that lake effect snow on land on the southern portion of, or off the southern portion of Lake Michigan into northwest Indiana, and of course southwest Michigan, Berrien, Cass, Van Buren counties, which some of those counties are already under a winter storm watch. You've probably been seeing it on the bottom of the screen. And so here are your chances for 8 inches of snow or greater between now and Wednesday. Anywhere you see the blue is basically a 50% chance or greater of seeing 8 inches. So down there in southwest Michigan, up there in the UP, there's your bullseyes for those significant lake effect events. We go up to the next tier here of 12 inches or greater. Odds, of course, a little bit lower, get down towards the 30% range, 40% range, so more likely that it won't happen. But again, the probabilities are there for perhaps a foot of snow in some of these locations, such as central UP, even along the western shoreline up there by Ludington, Manistee, and of course down there near South Bend. Of course, if we go up to 18 to 24 inches, the odds there get to below 10%, so we don't have to worry about that. However, again, as we mentioned, the probabilities are there, 10% or lower, and it could be achieved, but we're not counting on it to happen. So overall, generally speaking, you've probably seen our lake effect snow maps come out earlier today on our Facebook page, our Instagram page. Those were more conservatives. Now, as we get into tomorrow morning, you'll see our updated snow map come out for this lake effect snow that'll be falling primarily Sunday evening through Monday and ending on Tuesday. These totals may increase due to the fact that we have more confidence. So we'll switch over to the models right now, of course, and go over some of what is to be expected in terms of perhaps radar reflectivity and, of course, your snowfall amounts. And Ryan and I and all the staff behind the scenes at MSC have been trying to sift through every single model run that has come out today, and not one, I don't think, has agreed with the other one. So it has been a very tricky forecast. So bear with us here, of course. But here, we'll start off with the 18Z HRRR run, which is our short-range run. And this is usually the most reliable as we get down to about 24 hours before. So here's that system. Whoa. Moving through tonight. Forgot you can't scroll on here, otherwise it'll go crazy. Here is midnight. As you can see, most of that precipitation is pretty much all the way into southwest Michigan, Grand Rapids, and south down to the state line and into northwest Indiana. As we get into 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., that snow kind of just fills in across southern Michigan and over into the thumb. Some lake effect snow already starting as early as 7 or 8 a.m. along Lake Michigan. That convergence band setting up very, very soon. But the majority of that snow won't start to make an impact until we get to the afternoon hours. Here is around 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 4 o'clock is basically when that clipper, as you can see, has moved all the way off into Ontario. But lake effect snow takes over on the back side. And of course, not only are we watching Lake Michigan and Lake Superior, but we also have to watch out for Lake Huron as well, specifically the Saginaw Bay region and the Thumb up there in Huron and Tuscola and Sanilac counties. We could have another convergence band form off of Lake Huron, move straight south, perhaps even wobble back to the southwest. And we would not be surprised if greater than 3 inches of snow does accumulate here in the Tri-Cities region. So something to keep an eye on. It has been modeled actually with more certainty over the last couple of runs. But speaking of other runs, we'll go ahead and check the other ones out as soon as we get done with the HRRR here, which, as you can see, wobbles those lake effect bands back and forth. We call it the fire hose effect because it just kind of goes all over the place. The winds are just tossing and turning it, and that makes it very difficult to predict how much snow is going to fall, especially on that southern end of Lake Michigan. But nonetheless, we'll have a final call lake effect snow prediction out tomorrow morning. The ones that are out right now, our mods will tag in chat here for those who may have missed it earlier today. So moving over into, let's go to the NAM 3K. and take a look at that. So this has it starting at about midnight tonight. Same story here. Starts as rain, and you can see that green changing over to blue. That means rain changing over to snow. This is going to be 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., pretty much all filled in throughout southern Michigan by sunrise tomorrow. Then you get to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, noon. And the backside of that low is pretty much the only place the backside of the low is occurring is there in eastern Michigan. Then we move towards the 4 o'clock hours, and that lake effect snow does take over, similar to the HRRR run. So some agreements coming in here with the NAM 3K and the HRRR are two most reliable. But again, there's a lot still moving that could actually still move between now and tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind. We're really kind of in the now casting certainty here. So we're going to be watching the radar a lot tonight and giving you guys updates throughout the night, or over on our page. So keep that in mind. Ryan, what's the next model I should go to here if you're still here? Go to the RRFS, actually, because this one was also an interesting run. It had a lot more potent lake effect snow forming on this one, and you can see that fire hose effect all across southern Lake Michigan and off of Lake Huron as well. So two distinct bands, Lake Huron and Lake Michigan, which is an extension of Lake Superior, of course. Those two lakes work hand in hand, especially with a north-south wind. And that snow will continue throughout the day on Monday and start to shift out of the northwest as you get into the day on Tuesday. And that's something to remember for those who are traveling. This lake effect snow will be the greatest throughout the day on Monday. So that's your primary timing for the lake effect snow. If you're watching out for this clipper, it's going to be tonight through tomorrow at 4 o'clock, as we mentioned here a couple of minutes ago. So keep that in mind. Glue it in your heads right now. Clipper, now, tonight, through 4 p.m. Sunday. Then as we move from really noon tomorrow through the entirety of Monday, that lake effect snow will start to ramp up, and quite significantly as well, due to the fact that we have those lake water temperatures being in the 50s in some spots, while temperatures about a mile up are well down till maybe 0 degrees Fahrenheit in some cases. And you can see this here. This is all our cold air that's about a mile above the ground. So this is more of a scientific explanation to get for you guys. These are in Celsius, of course. Here, when I took meteorology classes at Central Michigan University, we did a lot of our units in Celsius. It's just the way we were taught. And so 12 degrees Celsius to 14 degrees Celsius at a mile above the surface versus lake water temperatures that are 10 to 15 degrees Celsius, that's a 25 degrees Celsius change in a mile of the atmosphere. And as a reminder, the greater temperature difference you can get between the surface water and the air, the better chance of significant lake effect snow. That's just one factor, of course. You talk about wind direction. You can talk about the lake fetch, which is the length of the lake available. You name it. But this is one of the main driving factors that gets lake effect snow to just kick up right away. And just to give you guys an idea, 25 degrees Celsius difference, the key focal point here is you need at least maybe 12 to 14 degrees Celsius of temperature change within the first mile of the atmosphere. So we are double, technically, what we need for significant lake effect snow to occur. And so that is why we can say, likely tomorrow, you will see increases, slight increases, of course, on our last call snowfall maps. So if you are living along Lake Michigan, if you're living downstream from the Saginaw Bay perhaps, and of course up there across the western and the central UP, you may see your keys or your little indicators. If you were in the 1 to 3 today, it'll be bumped up perhaps by one category. So 1 to 3 could be 2 to 4 by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. And some places that, like in southwest Michigan, that are currently in a 3 to 7 off of our forecast, you could wake up and see in a 6 to 10 zone. So keep that in mind. Of course, we'll post that likely around, I would say right now, probably 8 or 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, because again, that lake effect snow is starting to be modeled quicker, may start around noon. So we may have to get that out a lot sooner than 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So keep that in mind. Check back on our page tomorrow morning. Ryan, is there any other models that I should go over? I know you jumped out for a second, but is there any other models that you think I should look at?
I missed like the 3-minute part. I don't know what you talked about, but I did lose all my tabs. My computer crashed, so I'm pulling it right back up now.
Gotcha. Okay.
So once I have it back up, I can go through what I had pulled up if you want me to. I don't know what you did.
The only thing I have not covered yet for those who are watching is the lake effect or the snow totals for the next 48 to 72 hours just off of these certain model runs. So we'll go one by one. We'll go ahead.
I can do that.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I'm about 2 seconds away from having it pulled up. Take my screen, actually. I have a nice shot while I do this pulled up from
Oh,
our
wow.
weather camera up in Nobbinway at the Christian Fellowship Churches there, facing to the south. It is a winter wonderland out there, to say the least. I'm going to get those models pulled up here. One.
Yeah, really probably just go over, I would say, the HRRR and the NAM we just
Yep.
covered. The RRFS I wouldn't look at for snowfall totals. That one's kind of, it's a little aggressive, I would say. And we can actually take a look. I know Alex pointed out in our chat behind the scenes the Euro run over the last couple of runs, which is our long range model run that's usually pretty reliable, has also increased the totals for lake effect snow, especially Monday into early Tuesday.
Did you over our forecast as well?
I have not.
My computer picked the wrong time to crash on me.
It's okay.
Camera is up in Nobbinway, which is in the UP.
We'll switch back
One more
here.
tab.
I'll take a look at the HRRR while you're going ahead and doing that. This was the 18Z. So again, this model run came out early afternoon, and our 00Z run, which will be coming out probably in an hour, we'll have a better idea of our long range between now and Tuesday. So here is, as of midnight tonight, you can see some of the snow starting to work into southwest Michigan. Goes a little bit more aggressive in the southwest corner than what we have forecasted. And then as we move into, it's going to be about noon tomorrow, a lot of that snow fills in over on the east side of the state. And as that clipper moves out, the snow kind of wraps up for the clipper. But you have lake effect forming on the back side. So as you can see, pretty much solidly in that 2 to 4 zone for southern and southeast Michigan, as we kind of put on our forecast map for those who missed it. And we'll actually bring it up here in just a second. That is expected, or most likely, across the southeast portion of the state, as you can see down here when I go ahead and zoom in for you guys. So there's southeast Michigan. About 3 inches is the going rate there across Washtenaw, Jackson. You got Oakland County there, even down towards southeast Michigan, Monroe, Wayne County, who, as we know, last winter, and Lenawee County too, missed out on a lot of the good snow. So the shifts as of the last 24 hours have been in your favor. Otherwise, up there in the UP, generally speaking, it's going to be all lake effect, and you can see some significant totals up there that could be over a foot. So, you got everything ready, Ryan?
Yes, I do, although I'm on Kushera, not on 10 to 1.
That's fine.
So I have ARRR, NAM, Euro, NBM, and DFD.
All right.
So I think Joel just went over it, but for a more zoomed in look there, you can see the heaviest totals with the first round there. I do want to mention, I don't know what you talked about this or not, but the Saginaw Bay region, Huron Bay,
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that very closely.
Mm-hmm.
The models, ever since last night, really start picking up on some accumulation up there for Bay, Midland, Saginaw County areas. But when all said and done through the day, tomorrow into Sunday, nice swath of anywhere from 2, 3, maybe 4 inches in some spots across southern Michigan. The lake effect, I think this is pretty accurate, honestly, down here in the northwest Indiana, southwest Michigan area, where we could get as much as 8, 10, 12 inches of snow across southern Berrien County and down into northwest Indiana. But also, take a look at the bullseyes up here in the UP. The UP is well organized and well positioned to get lake effect snow from this. So areas, Grand Marais, Munising, over toward Marquette, all along the lakeshore here, and then over here in Ontonagon and Gogebic counties. It's going to be a good lake effect event for sure. The NAM is a little bit more conservative, the NAM 3 here. It does have snow totals a little bit more confined to central Michigan, but also take note it does pick up on the lake enhancement here off of the bay up there in the Tri-City area. That also is more conservative with its approach to the southwest Michigan lake effect snowfall here as well. So we'll keep that in mind. Although in the UP, plenty of snow still available for northern and central portions of the UP. The European model, we typically don't use the European or the GFS for lake effect snow, but it can be sometimes valid here. That first part, 2 inches or so across southern Michigan, so we're pretty confident in our forecast that we had out earlier today. I'll show you guys that in just a second. But a nice big swath there of 1 to 4 inches or so for the 94 corridor. And then obviously the lake effect snow here for the lake effect belts from Berrien, Cass, Van Buren counties. It does show anywhere from 4 inches upwards of 8 inches in spots in that general region. UP as well. Likely going to be higher totals than what the European is showing here, but that's just how lake effect is in nature. The European has a hard time kind of depicting that in general. Putting all the models together, there's a model called the NBM, the National Blend of Models. So it's everything put together in one. This is what is showing here through Tuesday. As you can see here, it's a little bit more plastered all throughout. I don't know if it's going to be this widespread of snow. I highly doubt it will be. But for the most part, a good 1 to 4 inches again. And then you have the lake effect areas down here in Southwest Michigan. Up here toward Manistee, Ludington areas gets into some lake effect as well as the Traverse City areas. Then obviously your typical lake effect belt up there in the Marquette County area. So that's their blend of models all put together. So it's a lot. There's a lot of data here to process, but they're all saying something different. So our forecast is as follows. Last call for round one. This is between tonight into tomorrow afternoon and evening. So this is 2 to 4 across the southern part of the state from about west of Detroit through Brighton, Jackson, over toward Coldwater areas. That's a nice little swath there, 2 to 4. Around that region is 1 to 3. From Kalamazoo to Lansing, over to about Howell, Brighton, over to about the southern part of Macomb County area. And then up in the Thumb region, up in the Huron County, 1 to 3 there. Up just north of Alpena, 1 to 3 there as well. Traverse City areas, as well as Ludington, Manistee, 1 to 3. Upwards of 2 to 4 in some localized spots. Elsewhere, it's going to be the white zone trace to an inch. Up in the UP, we're looking at anywhere from a trace in the white areas upwards of 10 inches. In the, what county is that? Is that?
That's Alger
County? Alger County. So, thank you. That's going to be Alger County. That's going to be a bullseye right there. Typical lake effect belt between Grand Marais and Marquette. And that is just round one. We have round two as well. In addition to these totals for lake effect snow, this is what we had this morning. And as Joel said a few minutes ago, this is going to change. New data has come out. We're going to shift things. We're going to adjust. Totals are likely going to go up in some spots. So 3 to 7 may turn to 6 to 10. That's nature lake effect here. But otherwise, trace to an inch in all the white areas. The Saginaw Bay region, we have a 1 to 3 zone there. I'm going to take a gander, Joel, and say we're going to have to up that for sure for that region.
And I did mention that, I think right when you were coming back on, that this lake effect map that we put out, we went conservative on, obviously, because lake effect snow is very, very fickle, and it changes around a lot. And so what I did mention is if you are in a certain category now, you'll likely see it bumped up by 1 category come tomorrow morning. So, for example, if you are in that Tri-Cities region, 1 to 3 may become 2 to 4. If we're seeing something different, it may jump by two categories. But for the most part, our lake effect zones will likely jump up by at least 1 category.
Sweet. Okay. And then continuing on, as you can see, typical lake effect belt down there in Berrien County, 3 to 7 inches is our first call for this. 2 to 4 around that, then 1 to 3 there over toward Kalamazoo in the 1 to 3 zone, upwards of the western Grand Rapids metro area, up through about Ludington through Cadillac. Then up in the UP there as well, the light blue color, 1 to 3, 2 to 4 in the darker blue color, or the medium blue, should I say. And darker blue is 3 to 7. So overall, it's going to be a 2-part event, multi-day, starting very soon actually on radar here. We have that precip shield pushing closer and closer to us. So right around the 10 to midnight time frame, expects first snowflakes to start flying across southern Michigan. It may be a mix to start off with, but for the most part, I think we're going to cool off quite rapidly, and I think that should change to snow pretty quickly as we move into the evening overnight hours. So that is our forecast here. And mentioning one more thing here, the traffic impact forecast we put out. We do this every significant snowfall event. This is a traffic forecast based on projections that we can look on with snow totals, the amount it's going to fall in, highway, stuff like that, just kind of a combination of things. We're looking at medium impacts in terms of driving for a majority of the impact region, but then for localized areas that are going to get lake effect snow throughout Sunday into Monday, major impacts are expected. And what that means is give yourself plenty of extra time to get to your locations. Heavy blowing snow is possible. The winds will pick up as well, especially Sunday evening into Monday morning. Gusts along the lakeshore, especially further south toward Berrien County, may be upwards of 30 to 40 miles per hour in terms of wind gusts. So the combination of heavy snow plus the wind, near zero visibility is likely. So take that into consideration if you are traveling throughout Sunday evening into the Monday morning time frame. And that is all I got for you, Joel.
Sweet. And I've got three things to talk about.
Sure.
So, number one, I see a question about what counties are currently in a winter storm warning. So, anytime you're watching our streams here at Michigan Storm Chasers, this is one of our newer things that was added just this year. Down there at the bottom of the screen, we have a live active alert bar. And so the highest active alert obviously going to be displayed at the top ribbon. But the bottom ribbon is always going to have a rotating view of all the alerts active in the state of Michigan. You'll see the bunch of information. So you'll see Winter Storm Watch popping on there for Cass County in effect till November 9th at 2:45. And it'll go through all the other winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories as well. Keep that in mind because tomorrow, at the current time, our plans are that we will do some perhaps snow chasing / winter weather coverage. Time TBD on that, of course. We still have to make some plans for that. But just keep that in mind. If you're watching us tomorrow night, we do this this winter weather live stream. All the information will be down at the bottom of the screen. As of right now, though, we will go through, of course, all the alerts that are scrolling at the bottom by looking at this map from the National Weather Service. In Marquette, they issued 2 winter storm warnings, one for Marquette County, one for Alger County, and those are in effect until 7 p.m. Monday for 2 to 6 inches of snow with localized pockets of 12 inches. They mention in this winter storm warning it is for 2 periods of lake effect snow, so they have period 1 being tonight into tomorrow. There'll be a lull, and then it'll kick back up Sunday night into the early stages of Monday. So that is the winter storm warning. You also have winter weather advisories out there for 2 to 5 inches, localized areas of actually 8 in a winter storm or winter weather advisory up there in the UP. Those are for all the counties that you see in purple, or it's like a bluish purple there. So that would be you got
Joel, take me. I got you. Gotcha.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
There we go. So winter weather advisories in effect for Gogebic, Ontonagon, Houghton, and Baraga counties, as well as Delta, Northern Schoolcraft, and Luce counties.
And
that's
Keweenaw.
in the UP. And the Keweenaw Peninsula, yep.
Yep.
And then also Alger County and Marquette County in the winter storm warning, as Joel just mentioned. And I don't have the exacts on those, Joel. If you want to go over the exacts on them, I don't have much of anything besides start and end times.
Yeah. So yep. So up there in the upper portion of northern Michigan, you got winter weather advisories in effect. These are going to be for Benzie, Grand Traverse, Leelanau, Western Manistee counties. So that's on the west side of the state. It's in effect till 7 p.m. Sunday. For 3 to 6 inches possible, locally higher amounts are also possible here. You go over to the east side, Alcona, Alpena, Presque Isle, in effect till 7 p.m. Sunday. And these are going to be in effect for snow totals of 2 to 5 inches, locally higher amounts also possible there. And again, with these expiring Sunday evening, we will probably see more alerts come in as the lake effect snow picks up for your day on Monday. Now, as we move down into southern Michigan there, you see there's a lot of kind of this bluish shade ongoing. And those are winter storm watches. So that's the precursor to either a winter weather advisory or a winter storm warning being issued. And this is due to the fact that 6 to 12 inches of snow are likely, and localized heavier amounts are possible over 12 inches in these zones. And this is going to be for Berrien and Cass County in southern Michigan. You also have a bunch of counties that pretty much cover that I-90, I-80 corridor from southern Michigan, from the South Bend area over to Chicago. So you can see all the counties listed there on the screen with that fire hose lake effect band ongoing, where it's going to be pushing snow all over the place from Chicago all the way over to Cass County. You can see some places that do see up to maybe a foot of snow to kick off the year here in southwest Michigan. So starting off with a bang, but that is what happens when you get super warm lake waters combined with super frigid cold air passing above. So those are all the alerts right now. Every county that you don't see a color on, that's just a topographic background. That means there's no alerts in effect yet for yourselves. So will there be alerts added? It is possible I would say especially for the east side of the state. I don't know if you're in agreement with me here, Ryan, but east side of the state, lake effect snow for sure up there by Saginaw Bay. If the last model runs come in tonight, Detroit sees maybe more than 2 to 4 inches in southeastern Michigan, they may put a blanket winter weather advisory in effect just because it is the first snow of the year. But again, they do have criteria to follow, and so not always will every single winter weather event get alerts for the precipitation. So keep that in mind. If you're not in any alerts, you still want to be taking it carefully out there. And as mentioned at the beginning of the stream, black ice is a huge threat for your Sunday morning commute and your Monday morning commute, given the fact that we do have the possibility of rain to start tonight, freezing overnight tonight, thawing again during the day tomorrow, and then refreezing quite significantly for your Monday morning commute. So a lot moving on. I haven't even gotten to bullet point 3 yet. I do have to shout out some of our YouTube members here that have been waiting for a little bit, so appreciate you guys. We got fun times over here. $10 super chat saying happy Saturday, MSC family. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful and amazing day. Thank you, Joel and Ryan, for all the briefings, and thank you, mods, for all you do. Hi, Dawn, Rise, and Julie. Thank you very much. Fun times for that super chat. We got Jacob back for month number 13 saying bring on the snow. Now, some of you guys are also in here excited for the snow this year. We have a very split page. It's always some people love summer, some people love winter, and most of you guys love fall. We can give you an agreement on that, but we didn't get much of a fall yet this year. We also have Nancy Lou coming to EST November here on YouTube. Appreciate you, Nancy. And Cindy Davison with a $19.99 super chat saying thank you for all the updates. You are absolutely welcome, Cindy, and everyone else here for supporting the channel.
Do a poll, Joel. Let's see who's ready for snow here in the chat.
On the YouTube chat?
Yep.
Sweet. So if you're watching on something other than Facebook, looks like Ryan's going to be putting up a poll. Who's ready for the snow and who wants to go back to summer, essentially. You can go vote on that in our YouTube chat. We also have Red Dozier. Speaking of those who are on YouTube, 10 gifted memberships to our subscribers over here on YouTube. So thank you very much, Red. And so if you are a subscriber over here on YouTube, which is free to do, check your accounts. You may have just been gifted courtesy of Red.
Any questions, guys? Now's the time to go ahead and ask in chat. We'll be live here for at least a few more minutes, and we'll go ahead and discuss.
A lot of different things to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts with these, as there usually is in winter systems, but that's what we're here for. So
I don't see the poll yet.
it's there.
Oh, I see it now. The map that I'm showing you guys is once again, the traffic impact map. So this is for Brian was just talking about this. This is for Sunday. This is for the entire day on Sunday. So it's the majority condition that should be expected throughout the day on Sunday. So what that means is, let's say you are in Huron County up there near Bad Axe. You see that you're in a medium impact zone. That means that for a majority of the day, you will have to kind of deal with some medium driving impacts, a couple slowdowns that may be like 15 or 30 minutes in length, and a couple perhaps brief whiteout conditions. It's just a medium range, and that may not happen at all points of the days, but it will be the majority. So you could start the day, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you didn't get rain overnight, it could be nice and clear roads. But as the day goes on, once that clipper moves over to your side of the state, it will likely fill in and cause these roads to get a little slick, visibilities to be reduced, and you could see some delays in traffic. You might have to take it slow because of those visibilities and perhaps a little bit of ice. So keep that in mind. Same thing goes for the areas that are in a major driving impact zone. If you're down there in Berrien County, you may not start the day with major driving impacts, but as you go on throughout the day, those major driving impacts could fill in. So keep that in mind. It's not an all-day thing, but it's the majority to be expected throughout the day. Go ahead, Ryan.
I got a question. What?
Go ahead. I saw you're looking to talk.
I got two things to say, actually. Number one, I had a question here in chat. With the warm ground temperatures, how much do we actually think is going to stick? And the answer to that is, once we get a layer of snow on the surface, it becomes a lot easier for snow on top of that to stick. So it may have a little bit of a tougher time to begin, but over time it should accumulate, and it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Even with ground temperatures being quite warm, those accumulations are still expected to be in that range we're showing you guys. Second thing I'm going to say here is snow is beginning on camera here in Adrian, Lenawee County. I can take it out. Hold on, I got you. It's up now.
Oh my.
First snowflakes of the year in my county. So, courtesy of the Midas Auto Experts and Adrian Stein there, looking to the southwest in Adrian, Michigan. Thank you to those guys for sponsoring the camera. First snowflakes of the year.
Going back to what you said, though, Ryan, about you need to layer snow to form, you also have something called evaporative cooling. And so once you do get snow, it does start to evaporate, and that process of evaporation actually cools off the atmosphere, cools off the ground around it. So, again, goes hand in hand with once you get a layer of snow, then really, I guess you could say it's all hands on deck. You could see significant amounts start to really pick up once that process takes over. So, again, we could start with a lot of slush, a lot of rain on the roads, but within 2 to 3 hours' time, it could change quickly overnight. And as mentioned, black ice is a possibility before it changes to all snow. Back over here on YouTube, we got Michael A. with the $10 super chat saying, I'm ready for spring again. By the way, great job as always, Ryan, Joel, and the mods. You're absolutely welcome, Michael. Thank you for your support. Appreciate you. And Red Dozer back with a $20 super chat saying, goody gumdrops. My county doesn't have any weather advisories. Talking about, I'm assuming, Allegan County, of course, one of our longtime members here. Also saying hello to everyone with a dog emoji. So thank you very much, Red. Thank you for saying hi to everybody. Appreciate your support, as always.
Let's check out that poll while we're at it. 54% of you guys say, yes, bring on the snow. And it's 56% now. So 56% say bring it on. 44% say bring back warmer weather. So it's close. Quite close.
And I see there's a couple questions in chat here about a lot of our maps. So a lot of the maps that we showed off, we do have in-house forecast graphics. Ryan was showing those off. Those can all be found on our social media pages. So we understand not everyone has certain social medias. We will say with certainty that everything that we post will always make it on Facebook. That is our number one platform that we post to. Other than that, the next platforms up would be Instagram and X. Those are the next platforms to see most of our content, a lot of our forecast graphics. Otherwise, we also have a Threads account that also sees some of our content. So keep that in mind. If you guys have missed some of our graphics, they are found on primarily those 4 platforms, but of course all of them will be found over on Facebook. Facebook page is just Michigan Storm Chasers. Look for the account with 518,000 followers. It'll be right at the top, actually. We do have them pinned the top of our page. So feel free to go check them out if you missed them. And yeah, there's been so much to talk about. I feel like I just got to keep talking.
We could talk all night about this. We could talk until the snow starts falling everywhere. So
yeah. Time will we be going?
We'll be live tomorrow as well.
Yes. Yep.
What? We'll be live tomorrow again with our chasers. We're gonna be doing some split coverage tomorrow, so to speak. We have Berrien County, Cass County, Van Buren, as well as our weather cameras up in the UP to cover, but also our chasers from Indiana, the Indiana side, will also be up in the Northwest Indiana area. So we're going to kind of do dual coverage tomorrow with their scenes across the Southwest Michigan region, as well as our weather cameras across the entire state. So be fun. Come back probably around, I'm going to say late evening. That's probably going to guess tomorrow at some point. Feel free to come back and join us. We'll have some fun together.
Got a $4.99 super chat coming in from Not Summer here on YouTube saying, who's going to do the first Snow Angel on stream? I would say Tyler. Or just because Tyler did it a lot last year, I got to go with Tyler. But do you say Drew?
Yeah, that or Ben. I know Ben. We'll see.
Ben's in
I don't know if they're watching this, but I guess make it a competition between them. They're probably watching this, though. They're probably going to try and... Yeah, are you guys watching us in chat? Let us know. Out of curiosity.
Yeah, thank you, Not Summer, for that super chat. For those who missed it last year, I guess just kind of a point of reference here for our page. We are a lot more relaxed usually when it comes to our winter storm streams, and so you'll see some funny things happen. We'll take a bunch of polls. We'll do some dancing. You name it. Snow angels, like you said. So definitely, you could see the whole mix tomorrow night. We like to keep it kind of loose and chill for you guys. The only time we really don't is, of course, when we get severe weather, when it's more of a life-threatening event. And of course, I guess you could say that during snow squalls as well, when we do see certain snow squalls across Michigan. But for the most part, winter storm streams are a lot more chill than severe weather streams. So welcome to our many, many new people that have joined us since last winter. We are happy that you're here, and we hope we can provide more of these accurate forecasts throughout the winter.
Any further questions, guys? Feel free to drop them in chat. We'll be live for, I don't know, 5-10 more minutes, I would have to imagine.
Yep.
While we wait, Joe, I think it's a good time to go over our sponsors.
I'll agree.
Plus some questions still in chat.
So we do have sponsors here at MSC, and without them, we would not really exist at all. So again, feel free to write down these businesses, take screenshots, write down the phone number, you name it. These are all our trusted partners at MSC that you'll see, and they specialize in a bunch of different exterior work on your homes, but there's a bunch of different services out there as well that you can benefit from. So again, give them your business, and we will go ahead and run through them right now. If you need a number, feel free to pause the stream. So as always, starting with our longest standing partner, Storm Guard Roofing and Construction. They are based out of North Metro Detroit. Lifestyle Exteriors, based out of Central Michigan, stretching from Lansing to Traverse City. Katz Roofing and Siding covers the I-69 corridor between Lansing and Battle Creek. Also have Mike Hayes Roofing and Siding, and they are based out of Sanilac, St. Clair counties. For all your tree needs in Southeast Michigan, turn to McKay Tree Specialists. And in West Michigan, Kuiper Tree Care. For all your barn dominium needs across the Lower Peninsula, you can always turn to FBI Buildings. On Top Roofing is your go-to in the Livingston County area. For all your commercial roofing needs, turn to Schneider Commercial Building Solutions. Got some insurance adjustment needs? Turn to Shield Public Adjusters. Top Gun Roofing Exteriors is your West Michigan sponsor there for roofing exterior needs. Up in Mason County, A-Class Construction and Restoration. For restoration needs around West Michigan, turn to Rainbow Restoration. For all of your communication needs, here at MSC we turn to Rapid Radios when we want to communicate with our storm chasers. For all of your security camera needs, Guardian Technologies is your go-to. They are also our installer and host for all of our weather cameras hosted around the state. We now have 80 of them. Got Ronald McDonald House Charities of Detroit. Feel free to donate today to help families in need. American Arbor for all of your tree needs in Southwest Michigan. Got Apex Restoration based out of the Thumb, Grand Blanc area. And lastly, Clear Plow Snow Pushers. This is huge for the winter time. One of our sponsors who have come back. For all of your snow clearing needs, turn to Clear Plow Snow Pushers, the number there on your screen. Those are all of our sponsors here at Michigan Storm Chasers. And if you would like to also become a sponsor as we head into 2026, feel free to reach out to Chandler or Andrew. Their emails are chandler@michiganstormchasers.com or andrew@michiganstormchasers.com. Also wanted to say thank you to all the mods in here tonight. There's a lot of them. Appreciate you all for helping out, moderating the chat, using the band hammer as necessary there. Again, keep it PG, keep it friendly in chat. Mods will not be afraid to use the band hammer, so make sure you're following the rules there. And if you're wondering where all the mods are, most of them are on YouTube, but we do have some on Facebook as well. And no matter where you're moderating, we appreciate you nonetheless. So what you're looking at right now is that HRRR run. I'm going to go back to the Kuchera model for y'all. The 0Z has not started running yet. We almost made it. But if you missed it, the HRRR run, which is the model run that does the best in terms of lake effect snow, in our opinion, has a couple different spots scattered throughout the state based on a due north to south wind, with some variance due to what's called the fire hose effect, which is when the lake effect band, convergence band, kind of wobbles back and forth, throws snow maybe off to the southwest or the southeast. And we see the most important thing here is what we're picking up on is that perhaps band in Saginaw County. Again, that just started popping up over the last 24 to 36 hours. Otherwise, you have the main bands all across the Upper Peninsula, Western UP, all the way over to Central UP, with the heaviest of snow falling around Munising. And then with the main band that extends from Lake Superior across and down Lake Michigan to southern Michigan, we could see some snow totals of 6 to 12 inches down there in northwest Indiana, southwest Michigan, and very close to the lakeshore from really Pentwater, Ludington, Manistee, and even down towards Montague there in west Michigan, with a couple other scattered snowfall totals of perhaps 2 to 4, 3 to 6 from Traverse City north, and of course over there in Alpena as well. So a lot of different lake effect zones are watching, besides the clipper that's moving in right now, which is, as you can see, will bring perhaps 2 to 4 inches across southeast Michigan. Round of applause for southeast Michigan. They're finally getting snow this year. Of course, it hasn't happened yet. I'm knocking on wood for you guys, because I know some of you guys.
Oh, now you said it. You said it now.
You guys, I know some of you guys are really wanting some snow. This could be the first chance. Get to kick it off first before anyone else, really, besides the UP. And so that is the clipper tonight, 2 to 4 across southeast Michigan, southern Michigan. Otherwise, all the totals there are lake effect in nature. Other than that, I did want to throw out our Patreon real quick. For those who are curious, we do have Patreon. Again, this is totally optional. But every single day we post on Patreon. And that is basically something to kick off your day if you want a little more substance from our forecasts. And all that same information that we post on our Patreon page is available throughout the day over on all of our social media accounts. So again, Patreon is a paid service that is as low as $2 a month. It can go lower if you pay for the annual. But it does help fund operations here at Michigan Storm Chasers. Again, we're all full-time, and so we do appreciate every little bit. So it is there. One advantage to signing up on Patreon is you do get the forecast earlier, and in some cases for snow events, wow, I'm really blurry here. In some cases for the snow events, we do release zoomed-in maps. So the maps that we are showing you, I don't know if you have one pulled up, Ryan. Oh, you have a lot of the snow pulled up. Nice.
Oh, yeah, I got snow pulled up.
In the event of, let's say this is the snow map, we would have zoomed-in views of the same snow map. So it's the same information that you see on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page, but it gives you more of a zoomed-in look if you're looking for, if you can't really find yourself on a map and you want to zoom in a little more. So that is an option. Again, it is completely optional to join. We're not making you join it at all. We are completely paywall free, and we will always continue to post all of our information that's on Patreon, on Facebook throughout the day. So there you go. It's an option. Our link to Patreon is patreon.com/Michigan Storm Chasers. I believe I got that right.
And my Storm Chasers.
Did we change it?
Michigan Storm Chasers. You're correct.
Perfect.
Don't mind me.
I don't like that I'm blurry. Anyways.
Don't mind me at all.
Oh, we got Julie back in here with a $5 super chat. Once again, similar to last night. Please forward all lack of snow complaints in Southeast Michigan to Joel now that he jinxed. So I'm getting blamed for the snow. I'm getting blamed for the lack of snow. So appreciate you, Julie. One of our mods here. Making light of this snow situation here that will be moving into Southeast Michigan. trying to get this to not be blurry anymore. This is sad.
Well, I mean, it is close to 8 o'clock, so we can wrap up and fix your camera later if we need to.
Yeah, it's fixed now. I was just laughing at Janelle's chat here, saying, I'm surprised Ryan hasn't installed a monster wall of monitors so that he never misses a snowflake.
Take my screen.
There you go.
This is my wall of monitors right here. What are you talking about? Oh, man. And as you can see snow in a couple of these. Timberline Sports Cam in Bergland. And the Northern Waters Casino and Resort in Watersmeet. It is snowing hard there.
Yeah, it is.
That is crazy.
We saw that camera last night during last night's briefing. There was already a decent coating on the ground, so we could be already getting close to, in my opinion, that looks like a good solid 3 inches already. Again, we're on the top of the roof of the casino, but it gives you a good idea. That entire parking lot is coated, and there's Watersmeet right down the road.
At the LVD Bar and Grill, you can see it is sticking to the parking lot here, so it is sticking technically to roadways. Take that into consideration.
Mm-hmm. Temperatures overnight tonight up there are going to be in the low 20s. Sally, we are up to 80 cameras now. There's officially we've released 79. We have 80 and 81 coming soon, and we are very excited to debut 80 and 81. They're not quite positioned yet. But no, Watersmeet. Not Waters, Michigan. Watersmeet, Michigan. So that is in the UP, Western UP. But I believe there's no other questions here. There was a lot of information. If you want to go back and rewind the stream to do so, feel free. As always, if you missed our video forecasts, Ryan and Matt have done a good job putting those together the last couple of days, so shout out to them. They have those up on YouTube right now in video format, not live stream, but video format, if you want to check those out. And yeah, our YouTube channel is at MI Storm Chasers. And we'll be back likely tomorrow night for either a briefing and winter weather coverage. Usually it's kind of a combination of the both. We usually start the streams with going over the models and going over the current radar, and then we just kind of really spiral into talking about whatever and going over some of the road conditions. So something to look forward to for your Sunday evening, besides maybe some Sunday night football. We'll be here live on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Twitch, as always. Again, that username is MI Storm Chasers if you want to follow us on multiple. We also say that because we've seen this already this year and last year. Sometimes platforms crash. Sometimes you can't watch us. Sometimes the objective of watching us goes down. So make sure you're at least following us on two. So if you're following us on Facebook, head over to YouTube. Give us a subscription there. It's free to do. Otherwise, you can always find us on X and Twitch TV. Ryan, is there anything you would like to chime in with here as we wrap this up? He's shaking his head no. He is muted, though.
Sorry. I got nothing else to say besides we'll see you tomorrow.
Cool. Well, all right. Other than that, we'll go ahead and actually take a look at the radar real quick. I'm going ahead and change over my screen here to the radar before we head out. There we go. So there is some of our snow starting to settle in the upper levels of the atmosphere. It's very, very light. But anywhere where the green's starting to change over to blue, that is your... Wow, there's a lot of layers on here. Starting to change over to snow. The majority of the precipitation, though, still off to the west. It is only 8 o'clock, but that is a lot of precipitation moving in there. Those where those greens change to yellows and even some oranges over there just to the west of Chicago. That's some moderate to pretty heavy rain. And as it continues to get cold, it'll quickly turn to wet, fluffy snowflakes. So keep that in mind. Could see some inch-per-hour rates move in tonight. And 2 to 4 inches may be realized quite quicker than other areas. Moving up into the UP, there's your lake effect snow moving across central UP and, of course, the western UP, where it's kind of just scattered everywhere at the current time. The only place where it is quiet at the current time is up here in northern Michigan. You have some snow up there near Petoskey. Otherwise, again, this is all just kind of ground clutter current time. But we'll likely see a little bit of light lake effect snow flurries move in that will be less than an inch in accumulation. So that is all for this briefing tonight. Again, if you're just tuning in, feel free to rewind back and watch it from the beginning. All of our information that you need to know is within that first 15 to 20 minutes. I am Chief Meteorologist Joel Fritzma, alongside President Operations Ryan, right below me there. Michigan Storm Chasers signing off for tonight. We'll catch you tomorrow night, likely for a little bit of snow chasing here across southern Michigan. Take care, everyone. Drive safe. Watch out for black ice out there, and we'll catch you again soon.